Alright, this is the second game I played. The first one was just a trial, see how it would work, and the second one was kind of more of the same since I had extra time. The first one ended so quick. So, this one's being narrated after the fact, which I have learned is not going to work for the future. So, from now on, they will be better, if people continue to still want them. Anyway, I do it the wrong way. I'm supposed to lead with the king pawn first, and not the queen pawn, so that worked. I'm glad he did whatever the hell he did, because if he took, then I would have been in a bad position, and it's kind of hard to explain why. It'd be better if I could use the mouse now, hence narration isn't going to work. So, I'm glad he pushed is the moral of that story. So I move a horse just because moving horses is good, and now I don't really know what to do because I did the wrong defense, and I'm kind of blocked already. One horse is worthless, so I use that pawn to bait him out and get sort of like a free tempo type of deal. So it trades. It's good for me in several ways. It trades one of his middle pawns for a pawn on my side, which is great, and it also allows me to get my horse out for free when normally he couldn't. And so now it sort of is like I've got the initiative, and I've definitely got control of the center. So I've already managed to make up for my stupid defense that I decided to try, and let's see what he does with it. I don't know what he's going to do either. And he does that. I don't know why on earth he would try that, unless he was thinking of pushing both of those two end pawns all the way up, trying to bother my horse. So I don't really know what's going on with that. I'm not even going to pay attention to it until later. At least I don't think so. And with that move, I'm thinking, since he doesn't really have anything out in the middle, normally you don't want to bring your queen out early, but in this case I think I can pull it off, since if you can notice from the mouse movements, his far side diagonal is completely open, with the king side I should say, completely open, so I could potentially get a rook. I knew he was going to bring out the horse to attack the queen, which is smart. That's exactly what he should have done. And so this is me going for what my plan is. And now I notice after moving it that it might not be quite as safe, because the horse blocks where the queen originally was. It can't stay there. And all the other successive squares are kind of, defended, so my queen doesn't have very many options at all to move to. To be exact, she's got one, and even that is a trade with the horse. So I should have looked at that a little bit better at first. Thankfully he didn't. I don't know why he did that, and worse yet, I don't know why I did what I am about to do. I could have just taken the bishop flat out, but I didn't, with hope that maybe I can still pull off stealing his rook. So I decided just to trade. That's more of like the standard way that little position plays out, just not in this phase of the game. So he moves down there, and I almost took it, and then I realized, whoa, that would have been good game right there. So I'm glad I did not let go of my mouse, because right there, his horse is defending it. So my options are still fairly limited, but they're not as limited since the dark squares are now free, or at least that one dark square is free. So I go down there for now, and I don't remember exactly what he does. I think he brings out his horse. That would make sense. It would develop a piece and attack my queen all at the same time. So I think that's what he does. Yep, that's what he does. Which gives me two options. I can go there, or I can go... Nope, not there. Come on. Ugh. Yes, there, or diagonal down on the green square. Yes, there. Thank you. God. I decide to go there because it allows me to pin his horse. He moves his horse, I take his queen. Which is fine. Because right now, the material's fairly even, but his position is gross, whereas I can still be fairly safe. Hey, that's me instant messaging Ultima. Cool. Anyway, so he moves his queen there, which I'm really not sure why, because it doesn't do anything for him, unless he intends to castle on the far side, on the queen side, which I guess then it would make sense, but it doesn't free him from the pin. So I decide to put more pressure on the pin. No, I don't decide. I'm thinking about it, because then I put more pressure on it. I can take it with the bishop, and have the queen still backing it up, etc., etc. So, and then I see that if I move my knight, I can get pressure on his queen, force him to take it with his knight, and then I can take his queen, blah blah blah. It's a huge thing of takes. But I realize that if I want to go that route and trade pieces, I should at least get more pressure on the pin I have first, so that he can't just take my pieces, else I take his queen for free. So I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I end up thinking and doing. Come on, make them... come on, yes, thank you. And see there, yeah, you can sort of see the mouse thinking, hey, now I can go there and he can't take it. And it also gives me, that fork up there, should he move somewhere stupid, I can take a free rook and mess up his castle. So that's cool. A lot of options going on for me in this spot. And it's just reaction of, what are you going to do, fool? So we just wait. Chess is a lot of waiting, unfortunately. Normally you're supposed to be thinking during the waiting time, but I felt like I had it pretty much figured out. I was on the aggressive. So, and it was yesterday I played. He castles. That's, it screws it up a little bit because now I can't put my horse on the spot I thought. Or wait, can I? Because it's defended by the pawn. So I'm not sure if I realize that just yet. I realize it eventually. I'm not sure if I still do, though. Because at first I thought that was going to screw up everything. Oh, there we go. Now I realize it. At least it looks like it. Don't you dare touch that rook. Thank you. Good, I still realize it. So it didn't change too much. Ultima, go away! Didn't change too much. He still can't take it with his horse, else I take a free queen. So he's got to do something with his queen, is kind of the moral of that story. And he does. And I'm not sure what that does. But I notice now that both of his rooks are on a white square, and that bishop is so conveniently one square away from being able to hit both of them at the same time. So I'm trying to think of a way where, unfortunately, his bishop is guarding it, but so is my queen, that I can get my bishop on that square and be able to attack one of his rooks for free. So that's what the thought process is. So I take it with the horse first. I didn't really want to think too hard because 10 minutes is not very long to play a chess game, so I'm trying to hurry up with it. He takes and I take, which is exactly what I wanted, because now he can't take it with his queen, else I take his queen. So that puts him in a very bad spot since I've got them forked, which is cool, because that worked out pretty much how I intended everything to work out in the first place. And now I wait yet again, because whatever I'm thinking doesn't matter depending on whatever he does. Oh, I see that too. His king and his queen are both on green squares in a diagonal. So if I move my bishop onto that green square, he can't move his queen away because it puts him in check. It's called a discovered check, so, or a pin in my case. So it's discovery against him. So I see that, and if you ever see that, that's instant win the game. So I'm wondering what I can do with that. But unfortunately he moves his queen, so I can no longer abuse that. However, I could still do it sort of with the rook, or my rook in the bottom corner on the right, but it's not quite as effective. And then I see that. Oh, look at that. Free queen for me. I can't believe he's still even playing. When you give away a free queen, you pretty much just quit and leave. Because he also gave me either one of his rooks for absolutely free. So, I don't really know what's going on with that. I can't believe he's still playing. I don't want to move my king simply because I still want to pretend like I can castle. So I just move a bishop in the way, and it's guarded, so I'm not going to lose it. And he's still doing, whatever the heck he feels like he wants to do. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking either, because this was yesterday. I put him in check, because it forces him to do something. And it puts the pressure off me, and then I realize, hey, I don't care what that horse wants to think, I can just take it. And I also see that his king is kind of stuck. And that was the stupidest thing he could do. I wonder if he's just trying to hurry up the game. He doesn't want to quit, he just wants to lose. So, checkmate him there, and good game for me.